Welcome to the 12's13's production of scenes from Romeo and Juliet. Basically the way this will work is certain scenes will be performed by certain people, and disclaimer, these are not exactly in order, but the 12's13's have worked very hard on this, so let's show support. Woo!
Romeo has been pining over Rosaline, and Benvolio tries to cheer him up. The servant of Lord Capulet is trying to find someone who can read his party invitation, because he cannot read the list. So Romeo does it for him. Romeo is then invited to the party, even though he's a Montague. And then Benvolio and Romeo go back to chatting about love, by Charles, Olivia, and Tex.
Tut, man! One fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish. Turn giddy and behold by backward turning. One desperate grief cures with another's languish. Take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old shall die.
Your plaintive leaf is excellent for that.
For what, I pray thee?
For your broken shin.
Why, Romeo, art thou mad?
Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in a prison, kept without my food. Goddamn good fellow?
Goddamn good. Tracer, can you...
Stay, fellow, I can read. Signor Martino and his wife and daughters, County Anselmo's beauteous sisters, the lady widow of Otravio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio and his brother Valentine, my uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosalind, Olivia, Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio and Eliza Helena, a fair assembly. Whither should they come? Whither? To supper?
To my house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have passed thee that before.
Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Lord Capulet, and if you're not here at the house of Montagues, I pray, come and crush a couple.
At the same ancient feast of Capulet, such the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest. But with all the admired beauties of Verona, come thither, and on a tainted eye, compare her face with some that I will show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow.
When the devout religion of mine eye maintains such falsehood that turns tears to fire, and those who often drown may never die, transparent heretics be burnt for liars, one fairer than my love. They all seem son never saw her mat since first the world begun.
Tut, you saw her fair, and none else being by. Herself pointed herself in either eye. Put in that crystal scales, let there be weighed. Your lady's love against some other maid, that I will show you shining at this feast, and she knows scant show well that now shows best.
I'll go along, needing no such sight to be shown, but rejoice in the splendor of my love. Oh. Okay, now I get it. No, you have to sit down first.
Romeo is deeply in love with Rosaline, and when he saw her name on the invite list for a party, he had to come. The only problem is that this is Capulet's party, and he is a Montague. Romeo and some of his friends have come in costume, but Tybalt notices he's there. We hope you enjoy. presented by Zara and Ethan.
Woo!
This spider's voice should be a Montague. Fetch me a rapier, boy. What? Dares he slay? Come hither covered by an antique face, to fleen and scorn our solitary. No, by stalk of honor of my kin, to strike him dead I hold no sin.
Why, how now, kinsman? Wherefore storms he so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain hither come in spite, to scorn our solitary this night.
Young Romeo, is it?
This he, the villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz, let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, or own a brag of him, to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not, for the wealth of all the town, here in my house do him disparagement. Therefore be patient, take no note of him. This is my will, which if thou do respect, show a fair presence and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits. When such a villain is our guest, I will not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, goodman boy? I say he shall. Go to. Am I the master here, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You make a mutiny among my guests.
Why, uncle? 'Tis a shame.
You're a saucy boy. It's so indeed. This trick may chance to scaff you, but I know what. You must contrary me. Marry, 'tis time. You're a princox. Go. Be quiet, or more light, more light. For shame, I'll make you quiet. What cheerly, my hearts?
Patient for foul little child meeting makes my flesh tremble with different reading. I will withdraw, but this insurgent shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gal.
We're gonna take a pause so that our friends can file in. Ezra, can you disappear your chair so that some people can sit back here?
You guys can move to the back if you. There's
Come
no
back
room
here. You can put it next to Olivia. Yeah, you can close it. It's fine.
Just push it down. Yeah. Excuse me, waiter.
I'm so nervous to drink the water.
Okay. Sit right there.
Capulet's party has just ended, and Juliet is at home. Romeo sneaks in through the window and hides in her living room. He wants to express his love for her. Juliet wakes up in her PJs at 1 a.m. with a sudden spark of this Romeo. Gabby and Tamia.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo? Deny thy father and refuse thy name, or if thou wilt not be sworn my love, and I'll no longer be Capulet.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak at this?
'Tis by thy name that is my enemy. Thou art thyself, though, not a Montague. What is a Montague? Is it nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, no other part belong to a man? Oh, be some other name. What's in a name which we call a rose? By any other name would smell as sweet. Romeo, doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of me, take all myself.
I take thee at thy word. Call me beloved, and I will be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be wrong.
What man art thou that dost bescreen that night so stumblest across my counsel?
By name, I know not how to tell thee who I am. For my name, dear saint, is hateful to myself because it is enemy to thee. If I had it written, I would tear thee word.
Oh, my ears have not yet drunken 100 words of that tongue's utterance, yet I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo, and a Montague?
Neither fear, saint, if thee dislike.
How comest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore? The arched walls are high and hard to climb.
With love's light wings I perch these walls, for stony limits cannot hold love out. And love can do that dares love attempt, therefore thy kingsmen are no let to me.
If they see thee, they will murder thee.
There's more pearl in thine eye than in 20 of their swords. Thou look but sweet, and I'm proof against their enmity.
I would for the world if they saw thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. And if thou love me, let them find me here.
Alright, so this is an important scene in Romeo and Juliet. Juliet has sent the nurse to the courier to Romeo. Romeo responds to the nurse's private fears for a relationship with Juliet going and sends her back to Juliet with information and where they get married. Luke is Romeo and Sam is the nurse wearing a nurse cap.
Pray, sir, what saucy merchant was this that was so full of his ropery?
A gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk and will speak more in a minute than will stand to in a month.
Scurvy knave. I'm none of his flirt gills. I'm none of his skein mates. So vexed that every part about me quivers. As I have told you, my young lady bid me inquire you out. But first, should you lead her to a fool's paradise, as they say, it would be a very gross kind of behavior, as they say.
Commend me to thy lady and mistress. I protest unto thee.
The gentlewoman is young, and therefore, if you should deal double with her, it would be a very ill thing to be offered, and a very weak dealing.
What wilt thou tell her, nurse? Thou dost not mark me. Bid her devise some means to come to Shirk this afternoon, and there she shall, at Friar Lawrence's cell, be shrived and married. Here's for thy pains.
No, truly, sir, not a penny.
Go to, I say you shall.
Well, this afternoon then, sir, she shall be there.
And stay, good nurse, behind the abbey wall, where, within this hour, my men shall be with thee, and bring thee cords made look a tackled stair, which shall be my convoy in the secret night. Farewell, commend me to thy mistress.
The nurse returns from talking with Romeo about marriage and comes to Juliet's room. Juliet is there and has been waiting anxiously for hours. After regaining her breath and after Juliet's nagging eventually abates, she tells Juliet that Romeo is waiting in the church to get married. Juliet, elated, thanks the nurse and runs off.
Now, good sweet nurse. Oh Lord, why look'st thou sad? Though newly sad, yet tell it merrily. If good, thou shamest the music of sweet news by playing it in so sour face.
I am a-weary, give me leave while. For my bones ache, what a jaunt have I had.
I would thou hast my bones, and I thy news. Nay, come, I pray thee, speak, good nurse, speak.
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see that I'm out of breath?
How art thou out of breath, when thou hast breath? Tell me that thou art out of breath. The excuse that thou doth make in this delight is longer than the tale thou dost excuse. Is thy news good or bad? Answer to that. Say either, and I'll stay the circumstance. Let me be satisfied. Is it good or bad?
Well, your choice is simple. Romeo. No, not he. Though his face be better than any man's, and his legs excel all men's, and for a hand and a foot and a body, though they not be talked upon, he is past compare. And even though he may not be the flower of courteous, I'll warrant him as gentle as a lamb.
But all this I did know before. What says he of our marriage? What of that?
Oh, my head. What a head have I. It beats as if it would break into 20 pieces, and my back, oh, my back. Oh, my other side, oh, my back. Beshrew your heart for sending me about to jaunt up and down and catch my death.
My faith, I am sorry that thou art not well. Sweet, sweet, sweet nurse, tell me, what says my love?
Your love says, like an honest gentleman, and a kind, and a handsome, and all warrant of virtuous. Where is your mother?
Where's my mother? Why, she's within, where should she be? How oddly thou repliest. Your love says like an honest gentleman, where's your mother?
Jesu, what haste! Can you not stay a while? Do you not see what you have done to me? I am out of breath. You, henceforward, do your messages yourself for putting me on this pedestal. You ungrateful child.
Here's such a coil. Come, what says Romeo?
Have you got leave to go to shift today?
I have.
Then, hie your hence to Friar Lawrence's cell. There stays a husband to make you a wife. I must another way to fetch a ladder for your love to climb up at night. Hie you to church. I'll make dinner. Go, go. Farewell.
Alrighty then. It is the 21st century in Manhattan, and Juliet is on the subway coming home from school when her mother, coming from yoga class, walks up to her. Juliet has just secretly married Romeo, a Montague, who killed her cousin Tybalt, causing him to be banished. Lady Capulet assumes Juliet is grieving Tybalt, not the fact that her husband has been banished from Verona. By Andrea and Zoe. Enjoy.
Daughter, are you up? Who is that calls? To my lady mother? Why down so late and up so early? What unaccustomed cause prepares her hither?
But how now, Juliet?
Madame, I am not well.
Everywhere weeping for your cousin's death. What wilt thou wash him from his grave with tears? And if thou couldst not make him live.
Let me weep for such a feeling of loss.
Should you feel the loss with the friend which you weep for?
Feeling of loss cannot choose but ever weep for a friend.
You might weep just for the friend, who the villain which slaughtered him.
What villain, Madame?
Why, that same villain Romeo!
Villain, he may be many miles asunder. God pardon him. I doth with all my heart, and that no man like he doth grieve.
That is because the traitor, the murderer, lives.
What villain, Madame? Oh, I, from these hands, will venge my cousin's death.
We will have vengeance for it. Feareth thou not? Then weep no more. I'll send to one in Montois, where that banished renegade doth live. Shall give him an unaccustomed dram, and he shall soon keep Tybalt's company. And then, I hope, shall we be satisfied?
Indeed, I never shall be satisfied till I behold Romeo dead.
Find thou the means, and I'll find such a man. But now I tell thee joyful tidings, girl.
Joyful news comes in such a needy time. I beseech you, ladyship, what is it?
Well, well, thou hast a careful father. When it lifts thee from thy heaviness, after done a 7-day joy.
And what shall I say, sis?
Marry, my child, early next Thursday morning, the gallant, young, and noble gentleman, the county parish at St. Peter's Church, shall have me make thee a joyful bride.
By St. Peter's Church and Peter too. He will not make me a joyful bride. Why at this haste must wed? Here I pray to you, tell Lord Father I will not marry. And when I do, it will be Romeo whom you know I hate, rather than Paris. This is news indeed.
Well, here comes your father. Tell him so yourself and see how he will take it at your hands.
Hit the lights over there. It'll look better.
Previously on Romeo and Juliet, Tybalt has killed Mercutio. This has angered Romeo, which leads to Romeo killing Tybalt. Now, Romeo has come to Friar Lawrence to find out what his punishment is. Josh and Roman are taking a different way than most and deciding on a theme of Star Wars. Roman is playing Luke Skywalker, also known as Romeo, and Josh is playing Yoda, also known as Friar Lawrence. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy. Josh runs Roman.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy taunts, and thou art wedded to calamity. Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrowful acquaintance at my hand that I yet know not? Too familiar is my dear son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom. What less than doomsday is the prince's doom? A gentle judgment banished from his lips. Not body's banned, but body's banishment. Banishment. Be merciful, say death, for exile hath more terror in his look, much more than death. Do not say banishment. As from Verona art thou banished. Be patient, for the world is brought no lie. There's no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banish is banished from the world, and the world of exile is death. Hence exile is death. Dang it. What's done?
No, I messed up. Is that okay?
Keep going. Look. Oh, deadly sin, or ruin thankfulness. Thy fault our law calls death, but the kind prince has, taking thy part, hath brushed aside the law, and turned the blackward death to banishment. This to your mercy, and thou she said not.
'Tis torture and not mercy.
Heaven is here where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing, live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. He is banished. Flies may do this, but I promiscuous fly, for they are free men, but I am banished. And sayest thou yet that exile is not death? Thou fond man, and hear me with thou will speak again of banishment. Oh yeah, I'll give thee a word to keep off thy word. Adversity sweet love. Philosophy to comfort thee, but thou art banished. It helps not, prevails not, talk no more. Oh, then I see madmen have no use. How shall they, when wise men have no wise? Let me dispute with thee of thy estate. Thou canst not speak of what thou dost not feel. Wert thou as young as I, Juliet thy love, an hour but married, Tybalt murdered, doting like me, let me banished. Then mightest thou speak, then mightest thou tear out thy hair and fall upon the ground as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave. Then
Well, Josh, or will you turn the lights back on?
Tessa, do you guys need those chairs? Get rid of them.
This scene depicts the start of the ending of the blood-soaked story of Romeo and Juliet. Paris wants to marry Juliet, but Juliet does not want to marry Paris, so she takes a vow from Friar and knocks herself out for 2 days, during which the wedding was supposed to happen. From Ezra, Isabella, and Cassie.
on Thursday, sir, the time is very short.
My father Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing so to slack his taste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind. Unevenness, of course. I like it not.
Moderately she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talked of love. For Venus smiles not in a house of tears. Now, sir, her father counted dangers that she doth give her sorrow some sway, and in his wisdom haste our marriage, to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now you know the reason of this haste.
Would I not know why it should be slowed. Look, sir, here comes the lady, towards myself.
Happily met, my lady and my wife.
That might be when I may be a wife.
That may be, must be love on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's certain text.
Permit me to make confession to this father.
To answer that, I should confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So will you, I am sure, that you love me.
If I do so, it will be at more price, rather spoken behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
Tears mark a small victory by that. Before the tears be worse in their spite.
Thou wrongs it, more than tears with that report.
At slander, sir. I am at slander, sir. For what I spite in my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
May as well. It is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, or shall I come to you at evening's mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive God. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God's shield us to disturb devotion. Juliet, on Thursday early I will rouse you, until thou adieu and keep this holy place.
Oh, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me, past hope, past cure, past help.
Oh, Juliet, I know thy grief. It strains me past the compass of my wits. But what must be shall be, and nothing may prorogue it. On Thursday next, be married to this county.
Tell me not that thou hearst this, unless thou tell me how I may prevent it. If in thy wisdom thou cannot help me prevent it, then do not but call my resolution wise. For with this knife I'll help.
Okay. Hold it. If rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength of will to slay thyself, it is likely thou wilt undertake a thing such as death, to prevent thy present shame.
Oh, bid me leap, rather than marry Paris, off of the battlements of yonder tower, or hide me in a dead man's shroud.
Hold. Take thou this phial, and being then off in bed, and the distilled liquor drink thou off. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rise thee from thy bed, thou art dead, and this shall free thee from thy present shame.
Oh, give me, tell me not of fear.
Okay. Be strong and prosperous, and to this resolve, I'll send a friar to meet with letters to thy lord.
Let love give me strength. Farewell, dear father. It's not Gatorade.
So